Piece control is the most important concept to learn in Fortnite. I'm going to explain what piece control is and how you can take your gameplay from a beginner to a pro level and become a piece control master. What is piece control and why is it so essential? Piece control means controlling and claiming the builds around your opponent, giving you the upper hand in a fight. A simple way to explain this is the pieces are the builds and the control comes down to which player owns those builds. A great example of this is taking a wall from another player or placing a cone in someone's box. Being able to piece control in fights is one of the most important concepts to learn if you want to become a pro. I've played this game since it came out and earned over $1 million from Fortnite. I can confidently tell you piece control will come into play every single fight. Now let's cover every single piece control move that you'll ever need. Each move is going to be labeled on the video timeline. The first few are basic and then they become more advanced. Feel free to jump around to each move or come back to them as you need. Move number 1. The very first move you need to learn is boxing an opponent. The best way to practice this is in Jivan's piece control map. He has a ton of drills that we'll use for this video and that you can practice with. The link is on screen now and in the description. When you run up to an opponent, your first move should be to take the wall in front of you. For more advanced players, you should be trying to do an edit course all the way up to the bot. Then, once you're wall to wall with the bot, edit the middle window and place a cone. Then, these two walls. Take some time to get used to the crosshair placement that you'll need to get both walls placed. If you're doing this correctly, the opponent should not even see you behind the window edit. For every piece control move, you must use right hand peeks. Otherwise, you'll be stuck standing in front of your opponent, trying to grab pieces while they shoot you. Once you get the hang of the first box I showed you, try replacing the cone with a ramp or coming at the bot from a different angle. Move number 2. Move 2 is typically used during a build fight when you're ramping up. You place a cone over their head to stop them. Then you place a wall on the side. You can either edit and go for a shot or place 2 more walls to full piece the opponent. For this drill, you really want to use the reach of the cone to its fullest. See how you can cone off the opponent from a full box away. You need to have good crosshair placement in order to place the cone correctly, but once you get used to it, it'll become natural. Practice this scenario from both sides and get used to the build combinations until you are fluid with it. I use this all the time in fights. Move number 3. Move 3 is piecing from above. You'll use this a ton during box fights, and it has a ton of different combos off of it. Let's start with just the cone and floor. Place the cone over the opponent, then the floor. Double edit and take a shot. Simple enough, right? Now, add in a wall and edit through that before placing the cone and floor. Placing the wall is a good habit to get into because the first reaction of your opponent when you open the double edit will be to shoot you or to try to grab that wall. The last variation I want to show you is for when you get top pieces and you see the enemy trying to leave the box. So you grab the top, double edit, and swing your walls around the enemy. It's a little awkward at first to try to find the right crosshair placement to grab the walls, but take it slow and focus on minimizing your movements to get the walls. This move makes for great clips when you double edit down and make your friend sniff walls while he's trying to escape. There's another drill that is the same scenario without the bot standing on the ramp. In that one, you can practice putting a cone or a ramp in the box below. It's the same concept, just one extra piece to put down. Move number 4. Move 4 is from below. Start with ramping up to the bot. Place a cone over your head and edit through it, then immediately place the wall. As you go to place the wall, you want to move to your left and edit the middle window and do the same basic box we learned earlier. You'll need to be right up against the wall in order to get the bottom cone down. Then you know the rest. You can always add the floor above your first cone for extra protection and a counter piece. Plus, we can do several variations against an enemy above. You can go to either side and ramp up, then wall off the opponent and create your basic box. Or even practice ramping up, placing the wall and coning above the bot to get a double edit down. As you can see, there's a ton of options here. What you'll use in game will be determined by your in-game scenario, but it's good for you to get practice using all these variants. Those were the basics. Now, let's ramp it up a little bit. Move number 5. Move 5 is Predictive Piece. It's awesome to be able to box a bot, but a real player is going to be more elusive and also trying to grab builds. So you need to learn how to read a player. Most players will attempt to escape out of the box to the left or right. So you should work on grabbing those from a diagonal. You box them, but aren't able to get that left wall. So you predict their movement out in that direction and drag cones so you get the cone above and below the box that they're moving into. Then you grab the wall and either go for a shot or try to finish the box. You can also do this on the other side. It's actually slightly easier to do this to the right than to the left, due to the right side focused camera. Practice this on both sides and start looking to predict the player's movement to catch them on the way out. Move number 6. Move 6 is another way to predict movement. This is when you have a player boxed up below you. You start attacking the top, but see they're looking to escape out the side. So you grab the top pieces to stop any side jump shots. Then double edit through and finish the box. It's important that you don't jump into the box to get the builds. Work on the basics like we talked about earlier to get your crosshair placement and timing down. That will make it easier when you have to do this in real time against real players. Most of the time in this situation, I'm going to be placing a cone in the box below, but a ramp is also useful if the player is on the far side of the box. Move number 7. Move 7 is bottom piece. This is for when you're in a build fight and there's a player right in front of you that's boxed up. You're attacking the wall and you expect the player to drop down, so you can fake a pickaxe swing on the wall, edit down, and piece the box below them. I'm not going to say I use this all the time, but sometimes you'll get a read on an opponent and know they want to drop down. There is nothing more satisfying than reading their next move and putting them in a box before they even know what happened. Move number 8. Move 8 is for when a player is attempting to ramp over you. You're either a box below the ramp or diagonally below them. In this scenario, when they place the ramp, you're going to want to jump up and place the cone above their head. Then quickly grab the walls around them. You'll need to be quick to take advantage of this and get on one of the walls you just claimed. With a quick edit and some nice movement, you can get a free shot off while the player is still figuring out what's going on. Often players will be able to quickly break a wall and get out of the box before you can take advantage. That's when the predictive piece control that we just talked about comes in handy. Read their movement and box them again. That's why it's important to practice these. You do not want to waste time thinking about what bind or build you're placing next. A true master will read their opponents and place builds immediately to box them. Now you understand why piece control is so important. All you have to do now is keep practicing in creative and begin to implement some of what you've learned into rank. You'll quickly be able to win more fights and win them faster. Thanks for watching. Make sure to like and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.